Today, Mama P reads Hide and Seek, a heartwarming tale about self-acceptance and neurodiversity by Bec Walraven. On a small farm in the outback, there lived a golden brush-tailed possum named Walter with a big, bushy tail. He had many animal friends on the farm, a clever pig named Kevin, a friendly cow named Moo, and a gentle sheep named Puff, to name a few. Walter liked to play with all the animals, but had one little problem. His tail! Walter's tail was always wriggling. Sometimes it wriggled when he was excited, sometimes when he was nervous, and sometimes because he couldn't help it. No matter how hard Walter tried, he couldn't keep his tail still, even when he was concentrating on something very deeply or having a conversation with another animal. He would always find that his tail wiggled and waggled. One bright and sunny afternoon, the animals decided to play a game of hide and seek. It was Walter's favorite game, and he was determined to be the best hider. Moo went first in seeking out her friends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll hide in this mud pen with you, Kevin, Walter said eagerly, his tail already flicking back and forth in excitement. Kevin the pig gave him a nod. Okay, Walter, but we must stay very still or we'll get found. Walter crouched down into the mud, trying his best to be quiet and still, but his tail just wouldn't stop. He swished it left, swished it right, and gave a little twitch. Suddenly the mud splashed everywhere, and there was no mistaking it. Oh no, Walter, giggled Kevin. I think Moo has spotted us. Sure enough, Moo and Puff came waltzing over. Found you, Walter, called out Moo with a laugh. Walter hung his head. Sorry, I wish I was less fidgety with my tail. This time, Walter tried to hide under the big gum tree with Puff the sheep. As soon as Walter sat down, his tail started wagging happily on the ground. It brushed against the leaves, making a soft crackling noise. Walter! No! Puff bad. Your tail is giving us away again! Soon after, all the animals had realized that they couldn't hide with Walter. The pig, the cow, and even Puff the sheep gently told him it might be better if he hid alone when they played the next round. Walter felt a little sad. He didn't want to hide alone. He walked up the path into the fields to have a moment to himself and to think about how to hide without anyone finding him. He thought of his tail, which was always full of energy and movement. He wondered if there was a place where his wagging tail could blend in instead of giving him away. Suddenly, a gust of wind rolled through the farm. Before they knew it, the farm was filled with rustling leaves, grass waving, and the tall wheat fields swaying. Walter's tail twitched as he watched the stalks dance in the breeze. Then he had an idea. I know where I can hide, Walter thought with a grin. He ran into the wheat field where the tall grasses rippled in the wind. He laid down flat among the swaying stalks, and his tail, just as bushy and wiggly as ever, blended right in. Even though the wind moved the grass and swirled the dirt, Walter looked the part. The other animals came searching one by one, but no one could find Walter. They looked high and low and peered into the tall stalks, but Walter was perfectly camouflaged. His tail swished along with the wheat, making it impossible to see where he began and the wheat ended. Where's Walter? Moo the cow called out, jumping from tree to tree, scanning the field. No one could find him. Walter stayed hidden until the others gave up and said they were returning to the barn whilst laughing and calling his name. You couldn't find me, Walter taunted, stepping out from behind the tall stalks of wheat. You were right there the whole time? Kevin asked, eyes wide with surprise. I guess I finally found a good hiding spot, Walter said, waving his tail proudly. You looked just like the wheat so that nobody could see you, added Puff. From that day on, whenever they played hide and seek, Walter's wagging tail wasn't a problem anymore, even though he was always nervous about being found. The animals had learned that sometimes you just need to find the right place where being yourself can actually help you. And Walter, well, he was proud to have figured it out on his own. The end.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, follow, and subscribe to read more books with me.